Um,
So the Crochetree, who is that and what do they do?
so they make patterns at the time anyway. They made sort of patterns for crochet creations, like mostly like dolls and other sort of bits of clothing for dolls, all sort of mini um, sort of things. But they were also going to get into doing their own yarn, and that was going to be a big part. So they kind of obviously got people on their website looking for these patterns, and they also did not courses exactly, but there's a few kind of like YouTube tutorials about how to do it and how to get into it and all this sort of thing. Yeah, when I looked at it, I thought it was really twee, like it's all like dolls and kind of knitted twee things. That's really
Uh-huh.
offensive, but that like my gran would make. The more I got into it, the more I realised it's more about the people that are doing it and the almost the process and the kind of the mindfulness and there's quite a spirituality to people that get into it and they do it. In that picture there, that's this woman walking along
Hmm.
crocheting a really long scarf and walking
Yeah, yeah,
along
yeah.
the main street, not paying any attention to what's going on, sort of thing. So then I was just trying to think, well, rather than pushing these creations that they do, because you can do anything, I suppose, I'll just push the idea of the people and their happy place and this mindful thing. And they
Yeah.
had a kind of section on mindfulness on their website, and I think that was something they wanted to. Well, it was something they wanted to expand on and make sort of good into. And I think at the time, there was a few sort of famous people starting to do it as well.
Yeah.
So it was getting that whole TikTok traction sort of.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Jumping on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
yarn
and
trends.
was it after? I think it was after a couple of years or a year or so after lockdown as well. So I think people were kind of all about mindfulness and just trying to relax and unplug and not look at their screens and not scroll and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
that was the
sure.
sort of idea: getting yourself a cup of tea, sitting on your sofa. I mean, this woman, she's in space, floating around,
I'm
turning
done with
away.
it.
So that was just
I'm
sort of
done with it.
like they were just, yeah, they're just. I guess that was just sort of more the imagination of where they were at while they were doing it. They're not thinking about, um, I don't know, stressful things, work, whatever.
Yeah, no, it's
But
great. It
they're
really, really,
escapism, really.
yeah, no, you nailed the brief perfectly. I do get that because even the images themselves, that two color and it's very calming images and very subtle animation. So the whole thing um, has a generally quite relaxing nature. So you collaborated with an illustrator for the visuals here, yeah?
Yeah, I did. I came up with the concepts, the kind of general idea, someone floating in space. First of all, I think the first one was a kind of, because they're doing a delivery service. So I imagined like the postman rolling a huge ball of yarn up, up the road, up the stairs to your house, sort of thing, your flat, whatever. And I think I sketched that out myself just to pitch the idea.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then I kind of did a
Right.
few others. And then so we pitched the idea, and then I got kind of costs off of Fruzi, she's called. She's Hungarian originally, but she's been living in Glasgow a long time.
All right. Okay.
I think
Glasgow
she went to
based.
art school here. Yeah, I think she went to art school here. She might have moved to France now. Actually, I can't quite remember, but
Okay.
I see her work occasionally. She kind of works with a few other designers, so
Yeah.
she's doing
Fifoldi with
well.
dots is the is it Fifoldi with
Yes,
dots is
that's
what
it.
our brand name is? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fruzinia
Freezy
Fifoldi.
Fold. Yeah, that's it. Freezy
Yeah.
Fold.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, she kind of really helped it come to life. So, and that was one of the first proper times I'd used an external illustrator because I just felt that they could do it a
Hmm.
thousand times better than I could,
Yeah, of
but
course.
they could do what I like. So sort of art directing for once, which was kind of nice. And
Right,
then the
yeah.
animation, I did that myself, but I kept it simple and just tried not to overdo it.
Yeah,
Just because
no.
it can get a bit annoying sometimes on websites if stuff's bouncing around all over the place. So I was just trying to make it
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
calming as the thought. Yeah, that was
Yeah, I
really
love it,
sort
man.
of
The little
thinking.
dog tail, a little bit of steam. Yeah, it's just like, as I said, it's like you would betray that sort of like mindfulness, calming nature if it's like, yeah, if it's all popping and fizzing, but it just adds and brings the illustrations to life. That's really nice. So, in terms of you were art directing, so Was she like when you're in the process? Was she coming up with any ideas, or was she largely kind of taking what you had sketched out and polishing them up?
Yeah, well, see the one there, the mother and the daughter.
Uh-huh.
You know, like I think that was maybe like about the fifth illustration we'd sort of done. So she was sort of off and running by that time. You know, I was all about using these big yarns of wool, like for oversized and sitting on them like they're sofas or hugging them or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But yeah, she brought in. I mean, the little girl's perfect, and the look in the mum's face, looking down at her and stuff. And she brought in the dolly and the wooden blocks, and just sort of brought that
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
life. I mean, she had a really cool style. It's like that. Um, so I referenced some of the stuff she'd done before, and a few others. So just sort of built up a mood board, and she would do a sketch, and then at that stage, the stage, I would sort of say, "Oh, can we try this and try that?" And then she'd give me a vector version. It was sort of almost finished. Yeah, I would just sort of do all the conversion into PNGs, TIFFs, all the stuff, so the client can use them when they want,
yeah.
and
Of
I can
course.
use them when I'm building out stuff. So,
Yeah,
yeah, it was pretty good. I
yeah,
think yeah, the client got involved a few times because they were trying to sort of cover the bases. You know, we had the kind of core one was the girl on the big yarn sofa. It's actually called a skein. I found that out as well. A skein
right.
of yarn.
Skyne, yeah,
Um, but yeah, I didn't know that before. But so that was the kind of core one, and then from there, tried to develop it. And I was like, well, we probably need a male figure as well, just so it's not too feminine. So we got him sitting lying on the sofa watching the telly. Same idea, but he's eating popcorn where she's got a cup of tea. And then I was thinking of older, got sort of a grandma sort of in there, and then a family couple, postman, and then they've got this dog in the
yeah,
studio
yeah,
anyway. So I wanted to sort of make that part of it as well, just sort of mischievous sort of thing. And
yeah. Great ideas, man.
yeah, yeah. I
I,
mean, I
I,
think I had
I
a big list of a few, but they were the ones that kind of got commissioned anyway.